Helena, Arkansas is one of those places that evokes postcard pictures of what American small towns are supposed to look like. The federal-style courthouse on the town green, a quiet strip of shops, and a quaint downtown. 50 years ago, Helena was a bustling town on the Mississippi River, about 75 miles southwest of Memphis. Pleasure boats would stop at the port of Helena, and a range of businesses along Cherry Street were there to serve them, many of them owned by the town's Jewish population, which at its peak had about 400 members. But like many southern towns, Helena has fallen on tough times. The river traffic has dried up, and many of those mom-and-pop stores have long been put out of business by larger retailers. Much of the Jewish population has disappeared too. Today, only a half-dozen Jews remain, among them David Solomon, who at 93 still reports to his law office on Cherry Street nearly every day.
I was one of, 3 Jewish lawyers, the youngest one here, no more. We had 2 or 3 doctors over my lifetime period.
Solomon is descended from one of Helena's oldest Jewish families. His forebears built the town's only 5-story building, now home to the Helena National Bank, and the Jewish cemetery is filled with Solomons. Until recently, the community was able to hold services in a 90-year-old synagogue on Pecan Street. But then that became too much, and the building was given to the Department of Arkansas Heritage. Most of the ritual objects have been removed and donated to other congregations, and the state agency is nearly finished with a thorough renovation.
It will be used for anything from plays with the KIPP school to maybe a graduation to a lecture or a symposium of some sort.
We had a balcony in the rear of the sanctuary where the children sat. We had a choir. The choir was made up of members of every church in Helena. I can only say the music was glorious. We had the most wonderful choir.
When they can, the remaining Jews in Helena meet for services in private homes. On a recent Friday night, 6 worshipers showed up, the youngest of them, 82. But despite the decline, which has been apparent since World War II, those Jews that remain in Helena say they never even considered leaving.
I have 3 sons, and although they're in New York and Philadelphia and Washington, D.C., if I told them that I was going to sell all the farmland that we still maintain to own and all our interests here, they'd have me committed.
It's just such a privilege to be Jewish. I tell my children that. It's just, and you know, all the important people in the world are Jewish. Look at the Supreme Court.
From Helena, Arkansas, this is Ben Harris reporting.